There is a million ways to make $1 million online. Okay? There is a million ways to make £1 million online. There is a million ways to make $1 million, whatever your currency is, online. Okay? However, where do you start? Where are your passions? Where are your interests? Where does all of that stuff fit into your idea and how you want to start building your business as something that's sustainable for the future? Let's jump in and discuss this in more detail. Hi guys, welcome back again. Al Grant, founder of Creating Wealth Together. Now you will have noticed that I've shot the last 3 videos in the same location. I'm currently down at the harbour in Puerto Princesa in Palawan, Philippines, okay? And to be quite honest with you, this was one of the quietest spots, so I thought I'd do a roll and get these 3 videos done in one go. Yes, I'm wearing the same vest as the last time, but I've changed it from the shirt that I was wearing in the previous or the start 3 videos, okay? Hope you're finding value out of some of these videos. I make no apologies if I'm too raw for some of you, if I'm condescending for others, or I'm just too boring for whatever. You're going to be exactly the same, okay? Before we get on with this topic, you're going to have to find your voice, you're going to have to find your message, you're going to have to find how you're going to deliver that message, you're going to have to overcome your fears, your worries, your mannerisms. Has anybody picked up on my mannerisms yet? Right in the comments below. My mannerisms might be might be yes, might be a no, I don't know. Everyone's got it, okay? Until we look back and try and work out what that is, then you know we can't then set out to go and correct that for the next videos. God, it's hot here. Okay, let's move on. So I said to you, this title of this video is all about different businesses online. Now, whatever you do, close your laptop down, get offline, get away from the internet after you've listened to this video, obviously, because the first steps in what you have to understand before you even get online, or even if you're online but want to revisit these steps, are as follows. Now, we're going to talk about the 7 P's, okay? The 7 P's to internet success, and I'm going to put a link down below here for the free no opt-in required report that I've written about this, which will go into a little bit more detail. As I said, I'm raw, it's uncut, I don't have any notes. I may miss a few out, I may get them in the wrong order, okay? But I'm real, and that's the way it is. Okay, the first one then is the preparation. Now, the first 2 actually are offline, okay? Offline, 2.5, offline, okay? Now the first one then is your preparation, okay? Now it's preparation within yourself, depending on what scenario, situation that you are in your life at this moment, whether you're heavily in debt, whether you're just pissed off and bored with your job, whether you want more out of life, whether you would like to run a little bit of a side income, side hustle, do something in your spare time. We're all different, but ultimately we need to get the old traditional pen and paper out, get ourselves away to a quiet space, and start to sort of plan, prepare what it is that we want to do. Okay, so a bit of preparation in, you know, accountability, how much spare cash we got, what have we got to put into this, how are we going to generate cash, what's the early stages, what's the middle stages, what's the latter stages, how much growth, how much are we going to make in the first year, what's our goals, aspirations, visions, you know, plans, all of this type of cool, great, fantastic, theoretical buzzwords that are about, get it down on paper and start preparing. Okay, the second P then is the planning stage. Now you might think the planning is the same as the preparing. But planning, okay, is more strategic, okay? So preparing, we can just go, yeah, I'm going to go and start a business, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. The planning is more the detail, okay? So strategic points, drilling down into the detail. Now, I'm not a fan of business plans, right? Now, I'm going to get this one out of here, business plans, okay? Business plans, for me, only have one use and one use only, okay? And they are for a great tool for accountability. Majority of people are forced to write a business plan because they want to go to the bank or they want to go to a lender, okay, in order to get startup capital, okay? Now in the next video we're going to talk about startup seed capital and some ways to get creative and enable you to generate this type of money. Okay, but business plans generally are a great accountability tool and a planning tool, because you've got the headings, you've got the structures, you've got the blank canvas, if you like, that you can start to fill in when you're going through this planning process. Now I'll let you into a little secret. Just because some guru turns around and says these are the 7 stages of planning, okay, is great for a start, but you, when you're doing your planning, might come up with 12. Okay, now that's great, because you can use those 12 to present your 12 stages of planning to your audience. Okay, so nothing is, you know, in concrete. Like I said in the first video, the 3 stages of, you know, life: your wealth, your happiness, and your relationship. Your wealth, your health, and your happiness, your relationships. Same with anything. These acronyms pop up and go, yeah, I've got to do this, bomb, 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 bomb. You don't have to do sod all, okay? It's your plan. You know, use it as a guideline, use everything as a framework, and then spread it out, elongate it, go into detail under each heading, you know, move stuff across. But ultimately, you're going to need a pen and paper for the early stages. And I say pen and paper because all of these Gucci CRM tools are fantastic later on, okay? But let's just get pen to paper. Let's just get the rough outline of what you're going to be doing. Okay. So the third P is your product. Now this could be either a product, physical, product, digital, or a service, or a combination of as many different things as you want. So physical product, physical service, digital product, digital service, or a combination of both, or everything. And maybe you're a coach, you know, you're an online coach or an offline coach, maybe you're an influencer of some sort, or whatever this thing. We'll bundle it all under the topic of product, okay? Again, depending where you are, you know, you may already have a product in mind. You may have already built your video course. You may already be pushing it out there. You may already see some results, okay? But ultimately, you've got this product, and the product is as a result of a problem that you've identified, okay? Remember what I say, you know, don't build it and they will come, because they probably won't. You might get lucky, and I've built a few products, okay, and I'm pushing them out as freebies, but it's just to brain dump some ideas into a logical sequence, okay, which hopefully will help people out, right? There's no monetary value attached to it. These are just my little freebies, my lead magnets, if you like, in order to get your name out there. So you've identified a problem, okay, and you've created a product to solve that problem with a solution effectively, okay? Now this piece is difficult for some, and again, it depends on your skill set, where you are. I mean, you might be a videographer, all right, actually critiquing and annihilating my videos at the moment. That's fine. You might be a content writer, absolutely annihilating my grammar and my my spelling. Absolutely fine. Or you might be a graphic designer, absolutely picking fault with my graphics, which I didn't do. My graphic designer did. Absolutely fine. It doesn't matter where you are. Everybody has something, okay, a skill that they can utilize, but they might not know it just yet. So we can kind of try and tease that out of you as we go along. So you're going to create this product, okay, and I see it all the time that people will maybe provide a written report, unbeknown to them that there's a lot of people that are dyslexic and will never be able to read that report, or unbeknown to them that they're, you know, maybe that people's first language isn't English or whatever. So what I'm saying here is a consideration of different methods and media in order to get your message out is essential in the modern day world, okay? So whether you're doing video, whether you're doing audio, whether you're doing the written word, okay, a combination of all type of 3, a consideration point for when you're creating your product, okay? When you're deciding on your product. Okay, the next thing then, the 4th P then, is the production, okay? So you're now going to set about producing this. Now, again, you might be time rich, cash poor, cash rich, time poor. You might want to outsource this, you might have a small team that can create this, but ultimately you're going to create this and you're going to put a time frame on it. If you're a solopreneur, if you're the wearer of many hats, this might take you a considerable amount of time, especially if you're setting out and you're having to learn the skills before you implement them. For example, if you don't have the money to pay for a graphic designer, so you might want to learn Adobe Illustrator, which I don't recommend, you know, if you're newbie and setting out, and that will take time, okay? So you're going to produce that report. Okay, the fifth P then is deciding on your platform, okay? So your platform is how are you going to deliver and serve your product to your chosen niche and your desired customers, okay? Or these group of people that have this problem, these problems that need solving, okay? So there is no one solution to all of this. Now, ultimately, you're going to need a kind of funnel system, okay? A funnel system. I mean, I use ClickFunnels, that's absolutely fine. And if you feel the desire to want to get involved with ClickFunnels, then you can just go to iwantclickfunnels.com and jump on aboard that. If you're putting people through that funnel and through that creative process, systemized process, then you're probably going to tease and get the most out of people coming in. Now, we've all seen it before. Front end's a lead magnet. The second upsell is more, or maybe you're delivering more content, more value, which entices people to move on to the next stage, and you just push them through, and you've got a couple of, maybe a high ticket product at the very end, and you do your numbers and you work out that you lose on the front end, you break even on the first product, and then you come into product on the back end making money later on. Again, that is a whole myriad of marketing strategy that if you want to get involved in the detail of that, then you know you can hook me up and we can talk offline into more better ways of doing it. Okay, so it's a combination of that's your sales funnel, and then where are you serving these people from? Okay, so concurrently to this, you may have a brand that runs through the whole of your company, and you might have your Facebook page, your Facebook group, okay, which is fantastic. You get people to like your Facebook page, you send them to your free report, you send them through your funnel, and then they come back in via the group, okay, and then you can serve them people inside the group, okay. You may be serving people on YouTube, like we're doing here, and then you might repurpose those YouTube videos back into the group as a kind of a refresh and a reminder, or repurpose them on Instagram, different platforms, again getting your message out there. You may be more of a traditionalist, you may have an offline forum, you may be holding on to that because you don't want to lose what you've built up over these years. You may be a traditional type website builder. You may use some of these freebies that I don't recommend. You know, Wix, Squarespace, and the likes. Although they're good and they serve their purpose, and there's a lot of people using them, I think you're gonna get bottlenecked later on down the line. Okay, you're gonna get bottlenecked later down the line. Then you're gonna want to move, and it's one of my problems why I've spent so long tickling this whole internet stuff, jumping from platform to platform and not picking one and sticking at it and seeing it the whole way through. Okay, so you're going to have your platform and you need to serve people, and the reason why we need to serve people, obviously you're collecting email lists and you've got emails and you've got an email list as well, and I always used to use the analogy of like vehicle rental or something. You know, what's the idea behind vehicle rental? And people say, oh, you're going to rent a vehicle out to somebody, and I would say, no, it's not. That's the front end. I'm going to rent you a vehicle, but actually the funnel, the process is I want to make your journey experience so great that you choose me, my vehicle rental company, over the competition around you. Okay, so I might give you an introductory an introductory price, so you get a price, but on your third visit I'm going to give you your third vehicle for 25% off, okay? And then on your 10th vehicle I'm going to give you your 11th vehicle free, alright? So I've created this value, alright, structure, so my whole ethos of the vehicle rental company in this example is about how many sales can I get out of each customer, because I'm creating and giving them a valuable experience. Okay, so that then is your platform, where and how you're going to serve. Okay, now there's a multitude of ways you can do it, and you need to come up with this type of thing probably in your planning stage of how you're going to do it after the sales. So they purchase something for you, you're going to have to be on hand to serve, troubleshoot and deal with any issues that are going on. Okay, now the sixth one then is a strange one, okay, and that's prepare to fail. Okay, prepare to fail, because people treat failure as a complete, 100% annihilation and loss, all right? Whereas there's not such a thing as failure, in my opinion, okay? It's only feedback. Now, if you prepare yourself to fail and know you're going to fail at any stage along this process, it won't come as much of a shock. Now, I mentioned and alluded to earlier, the business ideas. You have an idea, then you have a startup, and then you enter this phase, which is chaos. And the way to sort of symbolize it is like just a whole thing of like spaghetti. Okay. Now you could be in this area of chaos for a couple of months, for a few years, for 10 years, for 15 years, 20 years. You could be running around in this chaotic state in business, okay, before you get your breakthrough and your breakout. Right? Now there's no one shoe again, but you can be growing in chaos, right? But you're constantly putting out fires, you're constantly robbing Peter to pay Paul, you're constantly doing this, that and the other to make ends meet. You know the scenario, you know the situation, and majority of people in business are in this chaos phase. But when you keep going, okay, and you see a breakout and then you push on, then that's where you release yourself from this stuff. Maybe because you got better, maybe because you systemized your systems and platforms, maybe because you got new people in that can do better jobs, maybe you fill in the blank, change stuff, okay, to enable you to get out this chaos phase. And then you go into this strategic growth and you grow, but you can enter chaos at any stage in your business life. Okay, because everything's always moving and everything's always changing. Okay, so you may think you've arrived and made it, and then all of a sudden the economy takes a dive, or nobody's renting property, or legislation changes, or a million things that could go wrong, which you have to be constantly on the ball to adapt and overcome. Okay, so don't treat it as failure, treat it as feedback. And I like to say, use the what if. So, oh shit, we lost 100,000. Sorry, the so what? We lost 100,000 this month. So what? We'll need to double up and make that back. So always take a negative and give yourself a bit of a positive affirmation and drive yourself forward in order to say that, to quantify the fact that you haven't failed. It's just a glitch, and you're prepared to continue moving forward, work harder in order to absorb that loss for that given month or that year or whatever it is. Okay, so this has gone wrong. So what? I can, I will, we shall, or whatever, and move on quickly away from the small glitch that you experience at that given time. Okay, so you're going to fail. Be prepared for it, and that's the 6th P. Now the 7th P actually seamlessly, integrates with the 6th one, and that's persistence. Okay, now you could say persistence, perseverance, because you could do one or two things. You can either persist and persevere, or you can give up and go back to a job. It's simple as that, There's no point sitting crying about it, right? You've got to just drive forward all the time, constantly. Do or die mentality. This is going to work because I am worth it, and I deserve it, and I want that life of freedom, right? So persistence, okay, is probably hand in hand with the first thing. So you come up with an idea, so you've got your imagination, and then this end you've got persistence. Okay, you imagined it can be work, you went through the middle piece, and then you're persistent that it's going to work at the end. Okay, hope you get that. So what type of businesses then can you create? Well, again, we're not gonna be able to cover all of them, because there's some people in some really obscured, weird niches that are making an absolute killing. Okay, but the key factor is, you know, you need to niche down, right? Niche down, niche down, niche down. Discover where your audience is and serve that smaller audience. And if you serve them well, then they'll become loyal, rather than trying to serve something to the masses, okay, and not being able to make, you know, generate any sales, or not being able to serve anybody, because you're just like a scattergun approach. Okay, so think carefully about what it is that you want to do, because you can quite easily jump from agency onto e-commerce, onto trading, onto cryptocurrencies, onto, you know, product creator, onto affiliate marketing, onto, you know, eBay, onto Amazon FBA, onto writing your books, onto, you know, there's no end to the amount of ideas. And this is where, unfortunately and fortunately, you're on your own. Okay, and unfortunately that is because you will only know where you are, your skill set, and what you can achieve. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't believe you can help people. We can only help people help themselves. And if it's you and me together, then you would be giving me all the answers, because I'd be drawing it out of you. And then you create a strategy to see what best fits your personal circumstances. And you've got to think about investing in new skills. All right, maybe you're completely brand new, head in the clouds, haven't got a clue what you want to do, but you want to make money online. Well, that's your biggest downfall straight away. Okay, because you've got to learn how to serve people. So PVM, right? People, value, money. Find the people, serve them the value, the money will turn up. Okay, now that might be a little bit woo-woo theoretical to you, but the money just doesn't arrive, right, without creating the product, without creating the platform, without giving the value, without solving the problem that you set out to do. Okay, there's loads of shortcuts, there's loads of ways that you can earn money continuously. Right? Maybe you're earning money from YouTube. Maybe you're already monetizing your Facebook pages. Oh, we don't know how to do that. We'll talk about that later. Maybe you're leveraging off existing systems, all right, and creating income streams from them, which is filling your bucket while keeping you afloat, while you create and continue with the bigger vision and idea that you've got. Okay. So the 7 P's then, so you're going to go into preparation, you're going to plan, you're going to decide on a product, you're going to prepare, you're going to produce your product, you're going to deal with platforms, okay, you're going to prepare to fail, and you're going to be persistent and persevere with what it is that you set out to do. Okay, again, we'll end it there. Hopefully you got some nuggets. Please press the subscribe button. I'll continue to produce these videos. Comment in the bottom if you'd want me to talk about something randomly or something else. Then just let me know. I will put the link in for the 7 P's report down below this video, which you can just grab. No opt-in required. I've been Al Grant, founder of Creating Wealth Together. Peace and happiness to you all. Keep safe. Speak soon.